team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is. Now get it. Big Snoop Dogg. It's in the game.
Back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. With the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I just got bags from Prada. Rolling up, I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. With the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top of the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinding my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up.
I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. With the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Blow your mind.
Ooh, why you do that? Like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad? Like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag. My bad. You ain't get too bad. My bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go yo, then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. I eat, ooh, Pac-Man, that's the way my neck talking, right? I ain't never coming back, the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad, but I'm past that. With a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit, I'm glad. When the check missed the direct hit, I'm sad like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Ooh, why you do that? Like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad? Like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag. My bad. You ain't get too bad. My bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go yo, then run it back.
Coach, they love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Arizona Cardinals. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12.
Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no, switch the mic right here. We'll go Mike.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Tyus Bowser drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success. How about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play. I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Now the pass brought in by Roberts. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 45-yard line. Nice throw there by Jackson. You think about what a boost he gave Baltimore in the middle of last year. Led them to victories in 6 of their last 7 games as a starter, replacing Joe Flacco, who had the hip issue. And that strong finish was good enough for the Ravens to capture their first AFC North crown since 2012. And now Jackson's a known commodity. He's the unquestioned starter. And with increased expectations and pressure on the former Heisman Trophy winner. Jackson throwing on target to Brown. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 27-yard line.
50 to mark, 50 to mark.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. Flushed out right. Going for it all. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for Mark Ingram there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. And an alley to run. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, his first touchdown of the new season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Murray going to throw, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line, that's where they'll take over. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Corey Liggett makes the stop.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. The 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
These two teams all tied after 1. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
Set, ready. 70 ending. 58 right there. Watch the run. Watch the run.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Third and 7.
It's our time, guys. It's our time.
58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike.
Let's go.
Here's Jackson to throw on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player.
David Johnson on his way. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
At the 34-yard line.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
Let's go now. 61.
Jackson, option right. He may try and run for this. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Jackson, options out left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Jackson now. Flush to his right. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. trying to improvise. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in.
He's got a man complete. The 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Cardinals. Christian Kirk, 93 yards. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin with his first career NFL touchdown, as his guys are back within a single score. Tucker now to add the point after. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time. Let's see if the defense hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. After the sack on first down, Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
And I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Check. 45.
Murray with a third and long. Steps away to his left. Murray fighting, lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Tight down. There you go. Mike 20. I got you.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Tremaine Brock. Past the 20. There he goes, right side. And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head and walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
Mike 20. Target.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Jackson to throw. He finds Roberts, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. Well, good luck there as a ball carrier. You get handed that football, look up, oh, there's a big D tackle ready to swallow you whole for a loss.
Yeah, you kind of count on your guys to give you at least a little bit of time, a little bit of space to try and maneuver, but not on that one. And when you have a defensive tackle who is that strong, that agile, he's a lot to deal with. Sometimes you have to double him, and sometimes you're not able to block him no matter who's trying.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on third down. He can run for it, and he will. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Sort of interesting going with a draw play there. Do you like that call?
I don't, but it would be a lot more powerful coming from me if I'd said it before the play actually happened, if I'd first guessed it. But look, a draw in that situation, heavy risk reward. If he walks in, it looks like a great call, doesn't it?
Yeah, instead brings up a tough fourth down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. They come out here in the I. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Check.
Now Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Seth Roberts, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are back within a single score. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
And he'll get in for the 2 points, and that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Tyus Bowser, he brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Here's Murray. This complete to the tight end Clay. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On the counter, Ingram. And this play a lot like the previous one, thanks to that stout Cardinal defense. Back-to-back, they've been tackled behind the line.
I'm coming after you. 58, right over there.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Dancing to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions have plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Back now in Baltimore. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house. It's free. Patch it.
Here's Jackson. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Chandler Jones getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Let's go, baby. Oh, try. 43's the mic, boy. 43. Check, 43.
Jackson now throwing on 3rd and long. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Murray now to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Matt Judon dropping him for the 2nd straight play. Might want to think about blocking him here on 3rd down. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
58 the money. That's the pass.
To throw is Jackson. And that'll be incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it to Jackson. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by George Iloka. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Johnson. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Airing this one out for Fitzgerald. This is caught. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Larry Fitzgerald. First and goal, Arizona.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cardinals push further out in front. They do tack on the extra point as well. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson forced out to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Here's Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. On 4th down, Jackson. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Terrell Suggs, one of the best in the business at finding the QB, gets home there. Murray's going to look to throw this thing. That's going to be caught by Kirk for a Cardinals touchdown. Christian Kirk, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off near his own 48, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go. Check.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Escaping the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. He was pretty good a year ago in college, getting outside of the pocket and making plays, but it's a different story here in the NFL.
Well, in college, when he broke out of the pocket, his receivers often knew what to do in a scramble drill. And defenders weren't quite as adept at that. In the NFL, they work on that as well. They realize once he's out of the pocket, you can knock a receiver down. You can take him out of the play that way. You can make sure you huddle him up and make sure that you have him covered downfield. They do a much better job of it. He's got to learn that the speed has changed on this level.
Jackson eluding the pressure right. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Jackson. And this is caught at the 8. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Cards, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, y'all. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know when Mace, Poss, and Dave win. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever.
Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver.
All about running the spot.
And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather.
Cardio kingpin.
Subjugate the dub play.
And you know we can't wait to bring spins.
A-star quizzes, A+ the final.
Vocals we align, we'll move it all
Simultaneously over joints we rock.
We earn
30 years so you can say we got
3 turns.
Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men.
We install doubt in you and your yes men.
And if the game had veins, we'll insert
Upheaval the ground.
Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. Relieving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all keep the flow.
But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
What you talking about? Space it out your mind.
But can you rock it like rockets,
That's a
fool?
close encounter of what kind?
Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Turn it up, y'all keep the flow.
Are you ready? Set? Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, we giving the show.
But can you rock it like rocket
What you
fuel?
talking about? Space it out your mind.
Can you rock it like rockets,
That's a
fool?
close encounter of what kind?
But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
S-T-R-O. How many of y'all came to win? Oh, they asking my name, huh? Ready? S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. Early I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way when my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do, lace up my shoes, chase W's, great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable, they sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few, can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, it's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit, your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Show don't stop, it's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired, can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on